What is funny? Some say it's a tightly scripted proclamation to an audience.
And you're going to give them the $3,000 to do it.
And you're not.
Others believe it's more spontaneous.
3.
Or maybe the funniest people are those that don't even know they are funny.
Like I used to memorize Shakespeare in Miss Crittenden's class, which I got a D- in.
If you think you have that something inside you that needs to come out, have we got a place for you?
Well, it's a start. If we can bump a lamp, maybe we can write a message.
Bumping a lamp is a far cry from holding a pen. Haven't you seen Ghost?
Oh, I wish Whoopi was here.
It's a one-day get-together to work on sitcoms.
Is this the first script you've written? Half hour.
This is the first full script that I've written. I've helped with plays and things like that, but I usually write short stories.
Okay.
Held in Minnesota, far from the bright lights of Tinseltown.
Scott and I decided to hold the first annual Upper Midwest Sitcom Writing Competition. We decided to focus on the 5-state area because there wasn't any opportunities up here. There are competitions, but they're in LA and New York. So we thought there'd be a lot of untapped talent.
The idea? To find out if there is talent in this room, but also to encourage those that do not know.
I've just now started entering screenwriting contests. I'm 2 for 2 for them so far. I got second in another one where I went out to LA for a spec script. Obviously I'd love to have one of these do well.
Ultimately, it means finding a way to hear Los Angeles, because ultimately, and practically speaking, it is there that you need to be to make a living being funny.
It's FaceTime because the producers and the staff need to meet with you. You can't, every draft you have notes. They want to know they can call you, and then if they like you, they may want you to come on staff.
With the help of comedian Scott Hansen, they gather with a group of hopefuls for a comedic, fundamental table read.
The garbage truck driver honks his horn trying to get their attention. He tries to slam on his brakes, only to discover the brakes are out.
It was really cool to see it all come to life, and everyone did a really good job of their roles and acting, and it was just a fun experience.
What we forget is that the star-studded programs that have penetrated our lives over the years all have one thing in common. They all started with an idea. Amanda and Andrea have several. They sit in an apartment and write scripts.
It's really fun. We basically just put on our pajamas and sit in her apartment, and we both have our computers and just kind of talk back and forth. We pull ideas and weird things from our everyday life, our job, any kind of weird thing that happens, and we have copious notes that we write down.
I am getting a rash on my face.
Well, sorry if everything that comes out of your mouth is blah, blah, blah.
You know what resonates with you, but will that resonate with them, the public? You won't know unless you try, and unless you feel you really can.
As a duo, I think we're good at that. Mm-hmm. When I write for personal stuff, I do dark musicals and stuff like that, but as far as comedy, it's really nice to actually bounce back and forth. I think it works best to...
That's definitely my niche.
Hansen has dabbled in comedy on the coast. He's also spent much of his time in his home, Minnesota. Bo has worked on some of the best in sitcom history.
We did Airplane and Kentucky Fried Movie, and then I started writing for television, and I did a lot of variety shows and Carol Burnett's show, and then we did sitcoms. I wrote and produced Laverne and Shirley.
They have been where these people want to go, so they ingest what they can. Another step in fueling the fire.
Where they really helped was, just in terms of talking about sitcoms in general, it really helped as far as breaking down, page numbers as kind of defining things like a 3-camera or a multi-camera, I should say, or a single camera.
And maybe in this room there is another budding star bound for Hollywood. The only thing we know is that you better believe and you better show up and you better put yourself out there if you want something big. And in this room, there just might be.
I think there's several people who could go further, refine their scripts, and they should be out in LA meeting with people. They're always looking for young writers.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Lifetouch, photography for a lifetime.